Hey guys, Coldblood here. With the Path of Exile's Forsaken Masters expansion pack coming out, I've been working on a few different builds to try to start up in the new leagues. I've worked on a couple bow builds. I worked on a Shadow EK Shadow build. I worked on a couple Marauder builds to see how well that starting point is going to be in the new league with the new skill tree. But I think the one I'm actually going to start off with is going to be an Ice Spear Witch build. In the past, I've used Ice Spear. I really enjoy the mechanics of the skill. It suits my playstyle real well. I have a lot of fun with it, but it was never really viable. So I think now with its buff, I think it can be quite viable late game. And in order to make it viable, I'm going to try using the Three Dragons unique helm with elemental proliferation, which will give Ice Spear a little bit of splash damage that it lacks right now and should increase clear speed in the late game maps, especially with all the extra crit chance that I'm going to get on this tree. Of course, I haven't tested any of this out yet, so I don't know how well it'll work, but I'm hoping, and I think based on the stats from the tree, it should work out real well without getting many other uniques that other than Three Dragons. So let's take a look at the skill tree, see what I put together. Starting off from the Witch, obviously, I'm going to branch up this way and grab all these life nodes first. And then I'm going to probably cut across and grab these Ignore Stun while casting, which is really a big... it's a big quality of life boost early game. Since I'm without a lot of life, I'm going to be getting stunned a lot, and it's really annoying to get stunned while casting. Otherwise, I could just go up through these spell damage nodes here. I'm not going to get Annihilation right away. I'm not going to need the crit early on, but I'll probably grab it a little later on when I get to level 20, 25, 30 maybe. So I'm going to grab these nodes up here, and I'm going to jump up this way. I grabbed Deep Thoughts because with this build, I wasn't getting a super amount of life, so in order to get some survivability, I'm going to have to use Arctic Armor. And Deep Thoughts, mana regeneration, I'm going to need mana regeneration wherever I can get it. So grab Deep Thoughts, and I'm going to go up through the life nodes here. I went up and I grabbed cold damage nodes here, and I grabbed Eldritch Battery right away for all the mana, obviously. And a couple notables here. I grabbed Throat Seeker for the crit multi. I tried to grab every crit multi node on the tree that I could get. I also went Written in Blood for the life, and obviously Doomcast for all the crit chance and multi. I went down into the shadow to grab this Power Charge. I am going to be using Power Charge and Critical, so I'm going to try to stack up as many Power Charges as I can. But I'm not going to grab the Power Charge duration nodes because I don't think they're going to be useful since I'm going to be critting so much. So I'm going to constantly be keeping up my Power Charges. I grabbed Entropy here. With any Ignite build that I play, I found it very useful to have increased damage over time for the burning damage. So I went and grabbed this node, this cluster here. And I went across and I grabbed Cold-Hearted Calculation and went down and grabbed these crit nodes as well. I didn't think I needed all the extra crit chance since I'm going to be hitting mobs mostly with the second form. So I went through and grabbed just these crit multiplier ones here. I went over and grabbed these cast speed nodes. Also grabbed Blood Siphon and Coordination for the increased cast speed. After getting all the things in the shadow, I went across to Templar and I grabbed all these max life nodes here, Arcane Potency again for the crit multi, and this Power Charge and these extra life nodes. Again, I did not grab the Power Charge duration because I don't think I'm going to need them too much. Of course, on the way when you're leveling, you're probably going to need to grab some of these, the Dex nodes or the Strength nodes for any skill gems you're going to be leveling up. I'm not sure when I'm going to need them, if I'm going to need them. It really just depends on gear. So I'm probably not going to grab... I didn't put them in the tree, so we'll see when I need them and how I'm going to need them. But you can very easily substitute those. So the stats that you're going to get from this skill tree, for flat life, you're going to end up with 113 base flat life, plus you're going to get, with the strength bonus, you're going to end up with about 183 flat life added, with 120% increase maximum life from the tree as well. Mana regeneration, you're going to get about 100% mana regeneration here and 36% increased cast speed with 76% increased maximum mana. As far as criticals go, your critical strike chance, once you add it all up, is going to be 315% without power charges, and it's going to be 665% chance with all 7 power charges you're going to get once you get a Lyra. So that means you're going to have a maxed out second form crit chance. And without any power charges for the first form of Ice Spear, you're going to have a little over 22% to critical strike, and with all your power charges, you're going to end up with 47% chance to crit strike. So you're going to be critical striking pretty much all the time. Your crit multi, you're going to end up with, once you do it all the math, 160% increased critical strike multiplier. And flat spell damage, you're going to end up with, once you add in all the elemental damage with all the spell damage, you end up with 195% with 2% penetration for cold resistances, which you get on the tree as well. Again, power charges, you're going to get 6 maximum from the tree plus 1 because I'm going to grab a Lyra. So with a total of 7, obviously. Now, obviously, this is without any gear, and doing the math out damage-wise, I think without any gear that increases damage, it's going to be enough damage, I think. Okay, guys, so this was the Ice Spear build that I put together for the new league. Let me know in the comments below if you think it's a good idea, bad idea, what you think about it. If you have any comments or any suggestions, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.